Where do humans come from? This is a question that has fascinated many, including you and me, and just like every fascinating question, many have proposed answers to it, from evolution theories to religious beliefs. However, in today's video, I will be sharing that of evolution. To start, let's go on a journey over 1 million years ago. We are in what is now South Africa almost 2 million years ago. A boy and a woman fell to their deaths through a hole in the ground. The pair had tumbled through a collapsed roof of an underground cave. A storm soon washed their bodies into a lake or pool within the cave. Wet soil rapidly hardened around their bodies, protecting their bones. Back in the most recent year, 2008, 9-year-old Matthew Berger was exploring the cave when he spotted a bone sticking out of a chunk of rock. He alerted his father, Lee, who was digging nearby. Lee Berger realized the bone came from a hominid. A hominid is a term for humans and our extinct ancestors. And as a paleoanthropologist, that is, people who search for the roots of human physical traits and behavior and seek to discover how evolution has shaped the potentials, tendencies, and limitations of all people. Lee Berger studies such hominids in South Africa's University of the Witwatersrand and was very much interested in these he just found. These bones of the roughly 9-year-old boy and a 30-year-old woman that Matthew and his dad found led to excavations of more bones from other ancient individuals as well. And these ancient remains have opened a big scientific curiosity about the origin of the Homo genus, which is the group of upright walking, big brain species that eventually evolved into people, or as we call them, Homo sapiens. Humans, or as highlighted Homo sapiens, are a fascinating species with a rich and complex history, and that question of where we come from has puzzled scientists and philosophers for centuries. But recent advances in technology and research have allowed us to piece together a clearer picture of our evolutionary journey. The story of human evolution begins around 4.4 million years ago, with the emergence of a species known as Australopithecus. These early humans are bipedal, meaning they walked on 2 legs and had brains that were slightly larger than those of chimpanzees. As the first of our ancestors to walk on 2 legs, the 2 legs allowed them to stand tall and see farther than other primates, and also gave them the advantage that would come in handy when hunting for food or avoiding predators. The development of bipedalism is thought to have been a response to the changing environment in Africa, where grasslands were spreading and forests were receding. Walking on 2 legs would have also allowed these early humans to better navigate these new landscapes. One of the most famous examples of Australopithecus is the fossilized remains of a female known as Lucy. Discovered in 1974 by a team of paleoanthropologists in Ethiopia, Lucy's bones provided the first concrete evidence that our early ancestors were bipedal. Her skeleton revealed that she had a pelvis, legs, and feet that were adapted for walking on 2 legs, as well as a brain that was slightly larger than that of a chimpanzee. As the brains of these early humans continued to grow, they eventually led to the emergence of the Homo genus around 2.5 million years ago. The first species within the Homo genus was Homo habilis, or handyman. This species is thought to have been the first to use stone tools, which would have been a major advantage for survival. The ability to make and use tools would have allowed these species to hunt more efficiently, cut and gather plants, and defend themselves against predators. The tools created by the Homo habilis species were simple and crude, but they were a significant step forward in human evolution. They were made by striking one rock against another to chip off pieces, a technique known as hitting or flaking. This was a significant advancement over the previous method of using sharpened sticks and stones. Homo habilis was followed by other species within the Homo genus family, which are the Homo erectus and the Homo neanderthalensis. These species had larger brains and were more advanced in their use of tools and hunting techniques. They also had more human-like appearance, with a more upright posture and a less projecting forward face than their predecessors. The Homo erectus, meaning upright man, was a species of early humans that lived between 1.8 million and 300,000 years ago. They were the first early humans to leave Africa and migrate to other parts of the world, including Europe and Asia. They were also the first to use fire. One of the most intriguing discoveries of Homo erectus was in the early 20th century at the site of the Zhoukoudian cave in China. These remains of over 40 individuals were found at the site, which provided valuable insight into the physical characteristics and behavior of this early human species. The remains revealed that Homo erectus had a larger brain than its predecessor, Homo habilis, and stood at an average height of around 5 foot 5 inches or 165 centimeters. They also had a distinct brow ridge and a receding forehead, which set them apart from the earlier human species. But it wasn't the physical characteristics of Homo erectus that captured the attention of scientists and researchers. It was also their advanced tool-making abilities. The tools found at the Zuccotian cave were more defined and sophisticated than those of earlier human species. They included hand axes, cleavers, and choppers, which would have been used for hunting, butchering animals, and cutting plants. The remains found at the Zuccotian cave also showed evidence of the use of fire, including charred animal bones and ash, suggesting that these early humans were able to control and use fire, which would have been a significant advantage for survival in colder climates of Asia. It also suggested that they had developed a complex social structure and language, as the ability to control fire is a shared activity. As for the Homo neanderthalensis, commonly known as the Neanderthal, they were species of early human that lived between 400,000 years ago and 40,000 years ago. They were a highly adaptable species that lived in a wide range of environments, from the warm Mediterranean coast to the cold and harsh tundra in Europe and Asia. They were also known for their advanced tool-making abilities and hunting skills. In the mid-19th century, at the site of the Feldhofer Cave in Germany, the remains of a Neanderthal individual were found at the site. After excavation and evaluation, valuable insight into the physical characteristics and behavior of this early human species was also discovered. The remains revealed that Neanderthals had larger brains than modern humans and stood at an average height of around 5 foot 5 inches or 165 centimeters like their counterparts, the Homo erectus. They also had a distinct brow ridge, a receding forehead, and a prominent chin, which set them apart from modern humans. And just like the Homo erectus, it wasn't their physical characteristics that captivated scientists and researchers, it was their advanced tool-making abilities. Neanderthals were known for their sophisticated stone tools, which included hand axes, knives, and spears. These tools were made using a technique known as Levallois flaking, which involves striking a rock at a specific angle to create a sharp edge. Another fascinating discovery was the hunting skills of the Neanderthals. The remains found at Feldhofer Cave showed evidence of hunting and butchering large animals, such as mammoths and reindeer. This suggests that these early humans had developed advanced hunting strategies and techniques, which would have been crucial for survival in the harsh environments of Europe and Asia. It's worth noting that Homo erectus and Homo neanderthalensis are thought to have coexisted with Homo sapiens for thousands of years. But eventually, Homo sapiens outcompeted them and the other human species went extinct. Homo sapiens, meaning wise man, is the most recent and last species of the Homo genus, which appeared around 300,000 years ago in Africa. This is the species in which all modern humans belong. The exact reason why Homo sapiens emerged is still unknown, but one theory is that a genetic mutation led to an increase in brain size and intelligence, which allowed early humans to better adapt to their environment and outcompete other human species. After they emerged, these species quickly spread across the globe, eventually replacing all other early human species. They are known for their advanced cognitive abilities and complex societies, which allowed them to thrive in a wide range of environments. Over time, early humans spread out of Africa and into other parts of the world. They developed complex cultures and societies and developed agriculture, which allowed for the formation of civilizations. And now, we are here as a global species, with all our diverse cultures and ways of life, yet connected by our shared evolutionary past. The journey from where humans come from to where we are today is an incredible one, full of twists and turns, and many scientific discoveries are yet to be made. But one thing is certain, it is a captivating and continuously unfolding one, so keep your eyes glued to this channel as I will be sharing more stories like this.